Welcome to the Celtic Star Podcast, a Celtic State of Mind. My name's Paul John Dykes and I'm joined by my regular cohort, Kevin Graham.
Hello, Paul.
This week's special guest is an iconic Celtic striker from my favourite season as a Celtic supporter, our Centenary year. Welcome, Frank McAvennie.
Hi guys.
Now Frank, we have just discussed that it's been 30 years since the Scottish Cup final and since we beat Dundee 3-0 to win the league. I mean, does it seem like that long ago that happened?
Not at all. It's frightening when people put it that way, but it just feels like yesterday. Some of the boys, when we get together, it's great fun. You know, it's as if we've never been apart. We sometimes go and play golf and all that together, and we have a good laugh. And it doesn't seem like 30 years; it's just flown by.
How did you get from Paisley to Piccadilly to Paradise?
Actually, I get told when I was at Paisley, the chairman there told me it was my last game. I was going to Celtic, and we were playing Celtic that day. And he says, "You're going to Celtic," and I'm saying, "Oh, brilliant!" So I went out and I said to Packy in the tunnel, "I'm going to score against you today." And he says, "You'll never score." And of course, I never did score against Celtic except for that game. But we were 3-0 down at that time, and I scored. And I said to Packy, "I could have scored against you any time." he wasn't too happy, the big man, but. It was one of them, and then they didn't sign me. I thought I was going, they didn't sign me. They changed their mind and went for Maurice Johnson.
See, you mentioned Maurice. I mean, did you ever share a room with him for Scotland, or you were in the same squad as Mo Johnson?
We were pals.
Aye.
We were good pals. We used to do a lot together, which we kind of go on the radio. But yeah, we used to share a lot of things.
How did the move to West Ham come about then? Was there other clubs interested in you?
I went down to speak to... We got a new manager at St. a guy called Alec Miller, who was, to be honest, was hopeless. And he came in the first day of training and he had a Rangers top on. You know, and he was a new manager at St. Mirren, so there was a few boys there, myself, Frank McAvennie and Abercrombie and Tony Fitzpatrick, weren't too happy about it. And he says, "I've not got a top yet, I've not got it made." And a lot of nonsense. Basically what he was saying was he never did his top with his name on it, but there was plenty of tracksuits he could have wore. So he says we're not training unless he gets the tracksuit off, you know. So that was a good introduction to him. So he sold me to go to Aberdeen, he sold me down to West Ham, but I was actually going down to sign for Luton.
Right.
He never told me anything about West Ham, so we went down there and it was 350 grand or something, and it was a lot of money at the time. And the chairman walked in. David Pleat was on the phone to me. I mean, he was on the phone all the time to my parents and all that. And so that goes on, you know. You're not supposed to do that, but it does go on it, or it used to go on in football. So I thought, yeah, I could play for him. You know, he's a nice guy, David Pleat. And I went down and we were talking to David Pleat. My agent was there, and the chairman walked in, slapped me in the back of the head. "Welcome to Luton, Macca." And I thought, who the hell are you? So I looked at my agent and I went, "Man, I really slapped me. It was quite sore." And I thought, I didn't want to shake his hand or put a heat in him. You know, that was one of them. And I thought, no, I'm not doing this. So I walked out and there's no way I was signing for him. And then he says, "West Ham want to sign you." And I couldn't believe it. They wouldn't give me a choice. If I'd have signed for Luton, I wouldn't have known about West Ham.
Aye. So
luckily, you know, God works in mysterious ways. That big idiot walked in and slapped me, and I never signed for his team. And I went to speak to John Lyle, and total different character, honestly. You know, everyone knew about West Ham. I knew about West Ham because, you know, up in Scotland it was West Ham that won the World Cup with your Bobby Moore, Martin Peters and Jeff Hurst. That was the only three you heard about down there. So I knew about the style of West Ham, and I loved playing football. I loved the way St Mirren at the time played great football. And when going to West Ham, they were the same. They loved getting the ball down and playing for the back. And then John Lyle, was, as I say, he was so far ahead of his time, it was unbelievable. You know, he brought me to play in the hole. I know. Some people say I've been doing it all my life, but it's one of them. I don't know if you can take that out. But it was great playing in behind the strikers, and that's what John bought me for. Unfortunately, the first game of the season, one of the strikers, Paul Goddard, got injured. And he put me up front on Tuesday. Myself and Tony Cotton, we struck up this wonderful partnership, and we scored 56 goals between us.
That West Ham team's fondly remembered. The boys of 86.
We should have won the league. We should have won it. It was, to be honest, we were so naive because we were that good. Even Douglas says we were the best team in the league that year. And when Kenny says that, you listen, when he speaks. So our biggest problem, we only played 14, 15 players that year. And we went for everything. We went for the cups. We had 2 replays against Man United, 3 against Ipswich, and it was just. And then we had so much of a layoff because of the bad weather. We ended up playing Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday for about 6 weeks.
Right.
And it killed us. That's why I laugh now when they complain they're tired in October and all that. And I'm thinking, really? It wasn't anything else other than the weather that cost us the league. We would definitely have done a Leicester, that's for sure.
There was a TV strike at the time and the football was getting blacked out. Obviously, myself and Paul knew about you because we bought the Shoot magazine every week and you and Tony were in it. Yes. Then you've got the bizarre situation where you're more famous for being in the Queen Vic and appearing on Logan.
Well, that's right. I made an appearance on EastEnders, didn't it? It was one of them, so. Leslie Grantham was a big fan of West Ham. And he got us round and got photos with Ange and all that. And
Gillian Tailforth.
And Gillian Tailforth, yeah. They didn't know that week, actually, Barry had offered £2 million for me.
Right.
And Gillian Tailforth and I can't remember that girl's name, she's posh.
Anita Dobson.
Yeah, she's very posh. She married
Brian May.
Brian May, it's Queen, didn't she? So she was very posh. But they were thinking, we've not got time for all this, And Leslie Grantham said, Barry has just offered £2 million for him, and of course they shouldn't change and got photos with me and all that.
Did you fancy a move to Italy?
No. I thought you'd fancy a need too. No, not a chance. No, I didn't. I was enjoying London. I really did. I loved it down there. I loved it, just everything about London. You could go out and you never bump into the same people when you go out. There was that much on. There was that many restaurants, and there was always something on that you could go to. Whether it was the arts, the culture, it was, believe it or not, and the theatres, and it was just. I was just getting. I enjoyed it. I really did.
Now, we're new into the 87-88 season. Yes. And Big Billy comes back to Celtic Park, and there was always rumours that he was going to re-sign Charlie Nicholas. That's
what I thought. When I thought he was going to sign, because I always have been a Celtic supporter, so I was keeping in your thoughts, and I didn't know anything about Celtic until Richard Gough signed for Rangers on the Friday morning from Tottenham, and Billy came in for me in the afternoon. And it was done that. And it was done that quickly.
How did Billy sell the club to you? Was it a tough sell?
Didn't have to. It was very easy for me. Me and Billy were talking. My agent had to speak to the old biscuit tin board. That was the hard part. The miserable sods never paid me, but it was a different club then. It was. It's not the institution it is. It was the fans. The fans were and always have been Celtic, I think. And just people come in and look after the affairs of the club, which they're doing a great job now. Peter Lawwell is doing a great job, but back in the day it was terrible. These boys were just raping the club, I'm not allowed to say that, but they were ripping money left, right and centre out of the club, and they made a lot of promises to me that I never got. So, but it was one of them. Me and Billy were talking. I'm talking to Billy, when you meet people of that stature, I'm just talking to them about football, so I'm asking them about, I'm asking about the trophy with the big ears and all that, and it was just, it was one of them. I said to him, you were supposed to have signed me, and it was David Hay was going to sign you. It wasn't me. It was me. I'd have signed you, he says. So Billy was a big fan, so it was very easy for me. I just wanted my agent to do the deal. Actually, they'd offer me £1,000 a week less money
than what you were on at West Ham.
And I'm saying, I'm West Ham have offered me this, and they said, no, we'll give you a sign-on fee. We'll give it tax-free. And in those days, it was all about getting one over Rangers, and it was about stealing the back page. That's what Billy was always saying. Big jock taught him that. Steal the headlines. And so they were saying to me, look, come back for this. We'll hit the headlines saying you're coming back to Celtic for £1,000 a week, dropping wages, because I'm a Celtic supporter and all that. But they were going to give me my money through my sign-on fee, which makes it, I would have got it. And I said, I don't care how I get it, as long as I get it. And that's how it started. So all the rumblings going on after the first sign-on fee get through, and and they started taxing me. I was like, whoa, this is not right. We'll sort it out. And I felt sorry for Billy because it was nothing to do with him.
Nothing to do with him. How did Billy sell your role in the team? Because Andy Walker was there, Mark McGee was already there.
And your point. No, Mark was a great player, but he was a bit older than the boys, so I think he wanted a bit of energy, and Andy wasn't the quickest, and I had a bit of energy about me. A wee bit great Glasgow, a wee bit cocky about it. I was a wee bit
the guile in your division.
Yeah, I just said it was funny because everywhere I go with Joe Miller, everywhere I go they buy a winger. And I'm not exactly your big 6'4" centre forward. I went to West Ham and they bought Mark Ward. And I'm thinking, some people know better than what I do because I'm not really known for that. But I score a lot of goals in my head, so it's all about timing. I think. I say to some great strikers you talk to, you go, you're not the quickest, and they say, just need to beat somebody over a yard. And it's Mr. McCoy was famous for saying that, and he done it so well. So I got in front of people, and when I was at St Mirren, Jimmy Bone used to teach me, and I never realised he was teaching me how to jump before defenders and all that kind of stuff. And I used to thought he was just moaning at me all the time, but he was actually teaching me, and it was, because I'm not the biggest, and as a centre forward, you've got to use what you've got. So I was jumping before defenders and getting free kicks and getting fouls, and because to get above me, they had to climb over me.
Climb over you. So
it was, and used to get. It was an art then, and I used to do it very well. So Big Billy just says, look, go out and play. And that was the way I loved it. I would chase back. I would...
That's the thing, Frank, you were a right worker. And that was a big thing that came across. And, was that you at training?
Oh, well, I hated training. I hated training. The boys used to laugh because I didn't like training, but I would run more in the park on a Saturday or a Wednesday, whatever we played, than any other boys. I would cover the ground more. I just didn't like training. I loved it when the ball was out. You get a ball out, that was me. But that we used to do. I love it now because they don't do 50-yard runs now. They don't do any running. We used to have to run around Strathclyde Park, but it done me the world of good because people say, these boys. You look at boys and they go, they can't last 90 minutes. I'm going, get them round the park. I don't understand that. We used to do this stamina work. Pre-season, and that set you up for the rest of the season. They don't do it now, and I'm thinking, what? Why not?
Get back to the basics.
Get back to the basics. Sometimes, the boy for Ireland, Paddy McCourt, couldn't last a game. I'm going, get him round Strathclyde Park. Give the boy a chance because what a talent he was.
He was a talent.
And I thought, I would, you might be hard on him, and they might think you're picking on him, but like I did, you're giving the boy every opportunity to showcase his skills, and if he was fit and could last 90 minutes, what a player he was. He was the best even. And sometimes I looked at him and I thought, my God, that boy could go by players.
When you look back at his YouTube reel of the goals that he scored for Celtic,
he scored one at Wembley. Was it in England?
The Wembley Cup.
Oh my God, it was like incredible. So
you and I have spoke before, Frank. When you signed, you were of the belief, obviously the board issues came back to haunt them. You were of the belief, you were happy that was you. You were going to stay at Celtic.
I never thought I'd leave. I never ever thought. I thought it was me and my dad, my family. Everyone was delighted. And that's the proudest moment in my life. And people say, what's the proudest moment in football? That first game against Hibs at Celtic Park, when I seen my dad and my uncle walking into the director's box, because they took me out of the games. And the director's moving to let him into the director's box. That was the proudest moment in my life.
And Jinky speaking to you in the changing room?
Jinky, before Big Billy held me back, and I'm thinking, I want to go out with the team because I knew the fans wanted Charlie back. So I'm going, I want to go with him. Billy says, no, you come back. And I just appeared. Wee Jimmy just appeared, and gave me a cuddle and said, don't worry, wee man, just go and enjoy yourself. Wee man. That was brilliant. But I thought, that brought... You just realise what Celtic was to people. And you know what, it's not the board, it's not to do with the board, it's the fans and the players. And not so much now, I think the fans are a bit distant from the players now. The players distance themselves from the supporters, and I think that's so wrong. Yous
were the last great homegrown team. I know we had Republic Island players. I know Anton Hogan was Northern Irish, but yous were the last great...
Anton didn't know. He could say he was in, he didn't know what he was.
But we could relate to you, we could talk to you. Yous were at the Celtic supporters dances.
Yeah.
That's
we used to get told every like one Friday or Thursday, you're going there, supporters clubs. They used to phone in, send letters in saying I haven't done, and we had to go. You know, you had to go. You had to, whether you take your missus or girlfriend, somebody else's girlfriend,
both.
Or both. No, you had to go, and whether you, or even if you just go with another one of the boys for an hour before you go and meet your partner, you had to do it. You know, and it was great. I loved it. You know, I really did.
Chris Morris was telling us that they were always expected maybe to sing a Celtic song. What was your song?
Me, no, I just join in with the boys, hail, hail, and that was it. Sing. I'm the worst singer in the world. God. Big Whitey got him, started singing something that was nothing to do. They were all waiting on a Celtic song. He started singing Frank Sinatra or something. I was looking up and going, what are you doing?
Who was the characters in the dressing room? You've got Tommy Burns. And
there was loads of them.
The Bear.
We had Big Roy, myself, Granty. Andy didn't open his mouth a lot, but when he did, you know, he just floored people. And
he was only 19 at the time.
I was only a youngster. We joke him in. We joke signed. We got him. I went there and got my wee strip. wee baby strip. And all that, put it in his place and changed him. Granny went away and got my high chair. It was brilliant. just wind him up when he signed. Oh, Jimmy Farrell, he thought we'd signed Willie Miller. He thought we'd signed Willie. He says, I thought you played well today, son, but I thought you were a bit far out in the wind. Joe's laugh. And I couldn't stop. The tears are running to my face. I says, they think you're Willie.
Do you think that camaraderie, the team bonding, helped you that season? Because there was a number of games, especially, I was having a look back there, you scored a winner against Aberdeen at Pittodrie, we won 1-0, and a couple of weeks later we went to Easter Road and we won 1-0, and the famous late goals. Do you think the fact that you were all Celtic fans and all got on so well?
So, because Rangers were building a good team, and they were bringing all the internationals up, and you know, and I know the fans are saying, you know, BT's and all that nonsense, but I couldn't care how many contracts they were on. You know, all I wanted to do was play against the best. And at that time, they were the best defenders for me going about, you know, Teddy Butcher and all that, you know, it was great. The England captain, I used to wind him up and all that, of course. You know, I used to tell him to go and put a bandage on, nobody cares about him back up here and all that. So we had some good laughs, you know, and but they were the best players going about, and because there was no, if you remember, there was no Europe, the English clubs got banned for Europe, so they were all up here. So it was great to play against them. I didn't care how much money they were on. You know, it didn't bother me. I just knew we beat them.
No.
And we beat them all the time, which was even better.
Now, a couple of weeks after you signed, you played in your first Celtic Rangers game at Ibrox. What happened in the tunnel, and why did the teams come out separately that day?
I don't know what happened in the tunnel. I come out last. I'm always lazy. No, Big Bully told me not to get involved. That's what he told me to do. Big Bully said to me, don't get involved. And I said, yeah, okay. I didn't know what he meant. But it was handbags, if you remember. If you remember before every game, I used to tell Roy or one of the boys to launch a ball at the goalkeeper. And I used to go and help him. I used to put him in the net, just to let him know that I'm there and keep him on his toes. It didn't matter who it was. And I'd done that with Chris. But Chris has knocked it around the post, and it was a foul. I mean, I put him right in the net, and the referee gave a corner, and I couldn't stop laughing because Chris was all tied up in the net and all that. So that didn't take too kindly to that. So the next time I went for it, he could have picked up earlier, and he never let me come in. And as he tried to pick up, he's trying to elbow me, and that's how I put my hands up. And I've never seen so many people, you know, react. And
where was your backup, Frank?
I turned round and all my teammates were running away. And then Paul came over. I seen Paul. That's when I'm doing. I seen Paul coming over, and I thought, I'm in trouble. So and I seen Graham Roberts try to punch me over the top with big boots, and I thought, that would do me, go down.
What's the weird thing about that is you're the only one that grew up in Glasgow.
Yeah.
You're the only one that knew the magnitude of the game. And the three guys who got involved with were all English internationalists. Do you think they just got carried away with it all and didn't really...
They know what I'm like, you know. I think they know. I played against the boys in England, so they know what I'm like. I'm just a pest with them. So yeah, it was just the magnitude of everything. I don't think the boys. It didn't deserve it. I mean, it certainly didn't deserve to get what we got.
Aye.
It was because it was handbags. It really was.
When you look at some of the things I've
been involved in a lot more than that, and the the referee just lost the plot. I mean, I thought, listen, it wasn't even a booking. You know, it was like, come on, lads, you're grown men, sort this out and get on with the game. And that would have been it. Mm-hmm. It really would have been. There wouldn't have been nothing because there was nothing in it. It was a lot of nonsense, to be honest with you. He sent us off, and he never reffed a top game again. The boy Duncan never refereed a top game. Mm-hmm. He get binned. So that shows you the magnitude. To be the first player ever to get involved in police. It was the first time the police ever get involved in a football game. Mm-hmm. It had to be me, didn't it?
How did you find out, Frank? How long after
I was at a party. I was at a party at the house, and Big Billy phoned, and he says, "You need to come to Bellhouston Park." And I said, "Fun. I get charged." I said, "Charged for what?" And he says that about the game, and he says, "Who's there?" I said, "I can't. I'm pissed." And he says, "Who's with you? Big Alan McNeill. Get him to drive." I says, "He's pissed." He says, "Don't care. Get him to drive." So I had to get Big Alan up and drive me, and I thought, honestly, it was because I was so hungover and all that, and it was like a wake up call. We met at Bellhouston Park, and it was Len Murray was the big lawyer, and he took the 40s in one at a time to get charged, and he was bringing it all together, you know, for a big firm, and it was incredible. I thought I'd murdered about 20 people, you know, the amount of press that was there going into the police station. It was embarrassing, really. It was. And then, of course, we went to court, and I know the boys, we're all pals. I mean, we all kicked the lumps out of each other in a game. But you know, we're all right. And we couldn't leave the court because of the world press. It was, I mean, it wasn't just Scotland, England press, it was world press. Mm-hmm. So I've never wore so many suits. I mean, I had to go 5 days in 5 different suits. Couldn't go with the same suit on it, doing a fashion disaster.
See, the thing, it's unprecedented, and you know, the pressure that must have been on you, Frank, to be going to court and, as you say, the world press. What kind of support did you get from the club, if any? None. To deal with that?
None. I'll tell you what I got. You're not getting a barrister. That's what I got. The 3 Rangers boys had barristers, and I was getting Jimmy Farrell. Now, no disrespect to Jimmy, but he's a lawyer, you know, and you go up against a barrister, any lawyer, and it's a mismatch. So I'm thinking, really? So I'm thinking, Jimmy Farrell up against 3 top barristers, it's not going to work. And I was a wee bit concerned about it, but I kept moaning to the gaffer, I've got to get something done, you know. And to be honest, it was Graham Souness that phoned me. And he says, look, he was laughing. He says, Celtic not getting you a barrister? I said, no. And he says, I'll get you one, son. I said, no, you're joking me. And he says, look, no, I'll not get it through Rangers. I said, I'll get it. Because I shared the room with Graham at the World Cup. No, he's a great lad. I mean, I understood what he tried to do with Rangers, not. But I says, look, Rangers, I couldn't do it, you know. I says, look, it's just, it would be bigger news than the court case. And I says, but you've given me the ammunition I need. I'm not saying Billy. And I says, Rangers offered to get me a barrister. Billy's like, what? I said, no. I says, but, you know, something's got to be done. If you don't get me a barrister, I'm going to go to the newspapers and one of them will get me a barrister. I says, because this is embarrassing getting. And after training, I get the best of the lot. You know, the guy was just about to become a judge. So, but it was, you know what? Jimmy would have been lost at that court case, Jimmy Farrell. Standing in courtroom, and no, I'm not having a go at Jimmy, honestly, bless him. We used to call him Mr. McGookie. He kept getting lost at airports. We're standing in court, waiting on the verdict coming in. And Jimmy Farrell said to me, don't worry, Patrick, we'll win this. Didn't even know my name. And that was the man who was going to represent me. And I thought, I'm looking around, I'm going, hey, Patrick. And so he thought I was Patrick. He thought Joe was Willie. He would have been good in court. I mean, he probably was a great lawyer in his day. But, you know, he was getting on. Sometimes you've got to just go, even footballers, you've got to go to the pasture sometimes. And I think he'd had his day, you know, and I think for Celtic wanting, only because Jimmy would have done it for nothing, that was the old board. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was the only reason it was no just a slant on Jimmy Farrell, it's just because he was doing it for nothing. And
that, after the court case and that, when you were found not guilty, you got found not guilty.
It was brilliant. But I'm going to be honest with you, I thought if one's guilty, we're all guilty. Mm-hmm. And when they says Chris Woods guilty, I thought, well, we're all done. Terry Butcher guilty, Frank McAvennie not guilty. I busted laughing. And Chris Woods in the dock going, you started it. And I was like, and then it was Graham Roberts not proven, and Robbo doesn't have a clue. And he's going like nudging me, and he says, "What's that mean?" I says, "You know, it was you that can't prove it." So that was us. It was, and of course we were playing Hearts the following day, I think, and I went to Edinburgh that night, and the gaffer said, "Do you want to play?" I said, "Because I hadn't trained." And then I walked in the team meeting, and I said, "They couldn't even beat us in court that year," so it was great. It was a different class.
That season, when did you realise that it could have been, it was going to be special?
We beat Rangers 2-1 at Ibrox. Paul McStay.
The Paul McStay in the March.
Aye.
A couple of players that we spoke to, both wee Joe and Chris Morris, both says, especially Chris Morris, that there was a one at Tannadice on Boxing Day. The one Celtic won 2-1 at Tannadice.
No, we realised I knew Rangers were still our biggest threat, and to stop us win the league, even if they couldn't have won it, you know, they would have done anything to stop us. And when Paul scored with a volley, I knew, because Chris Morris was getting married the following day, I think it was, on Sunday, and what a wedding that was after beating Rangers 2-1, you know, that was pretty special.
It's quite funny that you mentioned Paul McStay and Chris Morris in the same breath there, because you...
Not in football terms, obviously.
Yourself, Paul McStay and Chris Morris take part in one of the most memorable Celtic goals ever. McStay does a turn in the middle of the park, plays the ball to Chris Morris, and he crosses it for you. Now, I mentioned the game against Aberdeen at Pittodrie. Paul once again played the ball to Chris Morris. Chris managed to keep it in, and Willie Muller passed the ball to you.
Yeah.
Was that something Billy worked on in training, or was it just...
No, Chris, we used to... Some people say you're playing 5 at the back, 3 at the back, whatever you want to call it. But you can't do that unless you've got forwards and you've got defenders who can get forward. And Chris Morris and Anton Rogan were just like gazelles. They're just unbelievable. You know, they just used to do it. So when Joe used to come short, Chris used to bomb by him, and it was something that they couldn't... a lot of teams couldn't handle. You know, they just couldn't handle the movement that we had. And Tommy Craig used to work us every day at training, you know, and just 1 touch, 2 touch. It was just incredible, you know. And I loved it, because I'd done all that doing at West Ham, you know, so it was brilliant for me. I went down to West Ham the first day of training, we got a ball, and I'm going, I thought they were taking the mick, and I'm saying, you know, I thought there was a comedian going to jump out and as if he's filming it, because of my face. We don't get a ball in Scotland until 2 weeks. And John L says, this is tells you a trade. You know, this is what you work with, and it's so obvious, but, you know, it was just, and when I come up with Celtic, and that's all Tommy done, boxes, working, 1 and 2 boxes, 1 touch, 2 touch, getting in the next box, and it was all movement. Everything was movement, you know. Same as at West Ham, you know, if you passed it and didn't move, free kick. You know, so we'd done all that, and it worked. We just took it on it apart, because we all loved playing football. That
was a massive game. There's one that I've heard you speaking about before, saying it's one of your proudest moments, playing for Celtic at that New Year's Day game. The crowd singing Happy Birthday.
I was so disappointed with the court where it got sent off my first game against Rangers. So you can imagine, I've never focused so much on one game in all my life than what I did that day. And that was the first time I had to come out and shake hands and all that kind of nonsense. And I was just steely-eyed. Even as soon as I said to him after, he says, your eyes were just... I was just so focused in the game. I knew it was mine. You just know, I'm just going to give you such a torrid time of day, you know. And hopefully I'd scored, but if no, I was still going to make it one of my better games, you know, because you don't need to score to do well for the team, so... We just done everything. It was funny because I even look back. Andy Walker was behind me and he's shouting, leave.
It was I.
He's shouting over. Not a chance.
I was actually going to mention that when McStay picked the ball up, does the pirouette, then plays the ball. You and Walker are off.
We're off.
There's no Rangers defenders anywhere.
We were offside, wasn't it? It was just that it was done that quick.
McStay's pass took the whole Rangers defence out.
It's one of the best passes. You know, there's no many players could vision. Because you see him going to pass it and then he hesitates, split second, and it was just inch perfect. So he didn't get called the maestro for nothing. He was what a player he was.
Best player you've played with?
I would think so. Kenny was my idol. So in '77, I remember standing in the jungle and thought my world had ended when Kenny left. So I knew what it meant to the supporters to be a supporter. You know, because you get things, you know, and then, you know, my missus was saying to me, it must be great, one of your heroes, you now become pals with him. You know, it's incredible. You know, it's just incredible how my life's turned. But You know, that was it. Paul McStay, definitely up there. Always see him and Alan Devonshire at West Ham, two of the best midfield players I've ever played with. David Cooper was different class, you know. He was at Rangers. What a player he was. Fortunate to get a chance with the Scotland team, you know. And as soon as and Ken Douglas, for me, when I went into the Scotland team, were the two best. They were different class to me. They kept talking to me and give me the ball, and they were good to me, you know. Kenny up front, and it was just my idol. Talking me through a game was brilliant, you know. It was great. And as I'm saying, it's when you get legends like when Jimmy appeared at the front door, certain things happen to you, and it gives you that. My first game at Celtic Park, and with Jimmy appearing, and then make my debut with my idol, Ken Douglas. It's all just different class, you know.
Getting into the business end of that Centenary season, how did you keep the pressure off yourself? Because it's a big season. You're all Celtic fans.
We knew. There was a lot of pressure on us, but we knew that the fans expected. But I don't think there's many teams won it in this Centenary year. I think there's only about 4 teams won the league. There's only about 4. Somebody told me there's only about 4 teams. Madrid, Barcelona, maybe. I can't remember if Liverpool done it, but there's no many. You know, and to do it when Rangers were turning the screw with the big boys coming up from England, you know, it was just incredible. For Bully, it was great to do it for him, you know, because he's my idol. I used to cause him all sorts of bother, but he's my idol, you know. But he wouldn't have it any other way. He told me that, so we used to go toe to toe and all that. It was great.
There's 2 outstanding memories of that season, but we'll talk about the first one first. One in the league against Dundee at Celtic Park. Yeah. What did the players think when they saw when they saw the fans walking round the track? And
the players thought, you know, which official attendance? 45,000 or something. I was like, the old board's done it again. Ding ding. 14 gates not working that day. There must have been. I go to Parkhead all the time, and there must have been about 70,000 in there that day. Honestly, easily. It was incredible. For official attendance, I think it was 48,000. It was embarrassing. I seen a boy from Malton in a wheelchair on the side of the park. Come on, happened to you? Nothing. It was the only way you could get a ticket. It was incredible. You had to go to in Invalids. It was just people just done anything to get to the games that year, and it was. We knew Dundee. We knew we'd beat them. You know, we could have won at Hearts the week before.
Yeah.
You don't want to win it at Dump, so nice no, but yeah, it was. You know, you want to win a special season like that at your own place, don't you?
At home. Yeah. That focus you had against Rangers, Frank, where you were mentally tuned in, you knew you were going to be the star that day. Did you have something similar against Dundee United in the final?
A wee bit, because I'll tell you why. Because I had an absolute nightmare in the semi-final. I had a shocker. Nothing was coming right for me. But I'm always a great believer. I'm always, you know, I can still do things for my teammates when you're having a mare, as they call it. And when Mark came on for Andy, he said, "Come on, keep going." I said, "No, you come in here. No, you've got to stay through the middle. The gaffer wants you in the middle." I said, "Dingus, I'm having a mare." I said, "You go in the middle, I'll go there and I'll cause bother out in the wing." And that's when I went out and hit the box and Henry dropped it. But I knew I could do more damage, you know. I wasn't doing my confidence, because I'm just totally confident. But you know you're having a bad game. You know, you're not having... I was causing a lot of bother. But to me, it was one of my biggest nightmares.
But Big Starkey froze the ball of you. And it's an incredible bit of skill, if you can remember it, Paul.
On my knee, I know.
On your knee, and in one movement, you fired the ball across.
I was good at that. I could turn, and I'd done that quite a bit, you know. So it was, you know, a lot of people have got tricks and all that. I just... quickest way to get the ball in the box, isn't it? Just turn the ball with your shoulder and just roll him and put the ball in the box. And you knew Henry was going to drop something. He was always good at that. He was, like, the fans were all singing Henry dropped the ball. It was brilliant. It was good. So that must have been good for his confidence.
I mean, Hearts finished second in the league that year, so that semi-final was 1-2 because
it was never a goal anyway. They scored anyway.
No, big Dave McPherson,
big Slim,
bundled Packy into the back of the net.
It was never a goal anyway. So justice was served. So it was one of them. But again, it was all hands to the deck in the final. It was just different class, because just getting to the final, we knew it was an unspoken thing. We just knew, you know, you see in the final when we went a goal down, and I scored the equaliser, you actually see Paul McStay grab me, and I'm saying, right, man, let's get the winner. It was just, You can let everyone keeps saying to me, "Is that what you say?" I says, "Yeah." You can see it clearly. Let's get the winner.
Let's get the winner.
I've got a flight to catch. No, it was incredible how we done it, and it was one of them. And Tommy's TV is crying on the pitch after it, and I said, "What's the matter with you?" He says, "You've got no idea." He says, "In 100 years we'll be remembered." I'm like, "Nah."
It's a great interview with Tommy Burns after it with Jim White, strangely enough, and it's you can see the emotion in Tommy's face.
Yeah.
That game against Dundee United, obviously Kevin Gallagher put Dundee United 1-0 up. You equalise. Then Big Bully brung on Starkey and Mark McGee.
Team, yeah.
And how did that change the dynamic on the pitch?
Well, Dingus is one of these players that, he takes players away from you because he's just bulking, he's just stumbling, he knocks people about, and he's a great foil for me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Andy's wanting to go in the box and whereas Mark was knocking people about and all that. And we worked well together. When Andy was injured, I mean Dingus Mark worked really well together as strikers. So it was good. And I played with Starkey at St Mirren, so we knew each other very well. We knew each other's game, and it was just everything worked out. It's hard to explain how everything, it was just, when I came in from behind Hegarty, and he didn't know Hegarty. It was Hegarty, yeah. He didn't know I was there, And for some reason, I knew Mark was going to make Tomo miss the ball, so.
Nah.
Sometimes I look at players now and strikers, and you go, sometimes you've got to gamble. And a lot of players don't do that now. They react too late. Whereas I'm shouting before.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's where a lot of strikers get a lot of goals when they just take a gamble.
But you realise the magnitude of that, Frank. That you were the guy who won us the double.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realise the magnitude. I realised what it meant at the time, because you see me when I scored the second goal, I grabbed my head. I thought, "Gee, what have you done?" You're the reason that these guys are all going ballistic on the terracing, because what a day it was. I mean, there was 4 boys all dressed up as clowns and all that. That was reserve boys. That was wee Stevie Murray and all that for Celtic.
Is that right?
Aye, it was all. They've all got banjos and all that, and Stevie Keane and Stevie Murray and all that. So, boy, that's what kind of club it was. It was brilliant. It was really, the players we all went on holiday for 6 weeks after the cup final. Big Al McNeill, Chris White, Stevie Murray, we all went. What a time we had. You can imagine after winning the double.
When the winning goal, it's a corner kick.
Yeah.
Big Starkey takes...
Great. Well, it was right at the training ground. Joe miskicked it, Starkey miskicked it, and Ash in the top corner.
That's what I was going to say. When Joe mishits the ball, and you're standing there, did it go through your head going...
I knew that Starkey was going to shoot for goal, so you just got to be in a position and I couldn't believe there was nobody near me. Mm-hmm. So, and as I say, strikers just gamble, and I come off the line and I was in the right place, right time, and it's just, there's no way.
What was it feeling like when that ball came to you and you knew that you were going to score the winning goal in the cup final?
Well, you don't think, if you think about things before it, and you'll probably 9 out of 10 miss, so it's when it's after it, I think if strikers get time to think about things, they normally make a mess of it. The best strikers don't think. And you don't think. I thought when I ran to the crowd, I thought, my God, it was. I realised what I'd done, because there's no way they were. But they nearly scored right after it. They were not bad, nearly scored, and
I was probably too busy jumping about.
I was too busy. I was too busy around celebrating as well. But it was nearly. They just launched the ball, didn't they? And they claimed for a penalty, but it was not a penalty.
When the ball broke in the box,
yes,
there was a massive intake of breath at Hampden.
It was as if everyone sucked it.
Aye, there was a.
I know.
It's going to Ham, and the only time I've ever felt that again was Tom Roddick in the summer there. Yes. It was the only time I've ever felt that.
I know. It was everyone held their breath. I know. Because it was like slow motion. Because I was, as I say, I can't believe I had 5 yards either side of me. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to Dundee United, but I wouldn't give me 5 yards in the box. Somebody should have been on me. But I was on the line, I was on the keeper, and I came off him when it was all happening, So they're watching the ball, and I just came off the line and off the keeper. Because I always stand the keeper and make a mess of myself, make a fool of myself, and annoy the keeper so he can't come out and grab the ball if it comes floating in. I
was in the north enclosure, and in my mind's eye, I can still see to this day you getting that ball. And that ball hitting the back of the net, and it's very, doesn't matter how many times I see it on the TV, I always get taken back to that, where I was standing on that terrace, and it was a family enclosure that day.
It was such a special, because it's such an iconic year, really. It's, I mean, because 100 years, and it was funny. I felt sorry because we Billy McKinley, who played with Dundee United, he got man of match. He came on holiday with us.
Did he?
We badge.
Always rated him. I thought he would have been a good guy.
He got man of match, and we were congratulating him every time we went out and got a drink every night. Oh, congratulations, man of match. F off. And he used to cry and go, how could you? Because it's just, but that was football.
And 30 years on, we're still talking about it.
Still talking about it, yeah.
And
loving every minute of it.
What's the bond like still?
Brilliant.
Between the boys?
Brilliant. It's good. It's going to be, I'm going to love it. And if wee Joe gets his dinner up and running, it'll be great. I'll be a bit disappointed with Celtic. The Centenary team, the cup final, I scored the 2 goals and I'm not on the board outside of Celtic Park. I'm the only one that's not. Even the players that never played are on the board. And so when you play football, you want to be remembered, and that was our time. And I thought, it's a cup final team, and I've scored the 2 goals. I'm not there.
30 years on, is it time to get your image up there, Frank? I think
just
it is.
Put me in with the team. I don't mind. I don't mind. People say, no, you're there. And I go, I'm not there. I'm not big packy. I never played. And Granty was in a suit and all that. And they're all there.
They made a mistake, eh? When they made a mistake when they first put that board up.
No.
They put up the 89 team instead of the 88 team, and not to take it down.
No, they took the run down without me. So it's only 2 final. Only scored the 2 goals, but I'm not annoyed. Not much.
As Paul says, it's 30 years on.
Yep.
It feels like a blink of the eye to us. Was it the best time in your career?
Of course, yeah, definitely. It would have been. You played. I was very fortunate to play with Celtic, and listen, I thought Charlie was going to go back and what a player, because honestly, what a player Charlie was. I was fortunate when I'm back second team to play with him, but it was younger than me, Charlie, but it was my idol in fact, because I loved his ability. I loved the ability he had. If there was ever 2 players, that's why I fell out with Fergie, because if there was ever 2 players maybe born to play with each other, it was me and Charlie Nicholas, because Charlie wants everything at feet and I'll take it over the top, and that's the press picked me and Charlie playing in the World Cup, and that's why Fergie never played me, because he went against the press. The press don't pick his team, and I thought, such a sad.
It's a shame it never happened. That would have been great.
It's a shame, because I think I scored 28 goals, 29 league goals and cup goals that season. I was on fire. Gary Lineker beat me by 1 goal, and he went on to be the top goal scorer in the World Cup. And I'm thinking, it's just incredible why he never played me. To this day. So.
I'm not going to do Lee Griffiths a disservice here, but a Scottish forward line with Frank McAvennie and Charlie Nicholas. It is.
I know, but they've done the same with Wee Griff. I mean, Wee Strachan, Gordon's stubborn wee guy, and they never played him. He says he couldn't do the step up, and I used to think, you've got to give him a chance. He's scoring all his goals for Celtic. How do you know? And of course, then when he put him in, he can't get him in. He's the top goal scorer, and I think if he'd have put him in at the beginning of the campaign, we might have actually got to the championship. So strikers that get the brunt of a lot of things, and if they're, because they've got attitudes. That's what makes a good striker.
Definitely, aye.
All good strikers have got attitudes, and and I laugh at Wee Griff, because I think he's a wonderful talent, and you get any bother and all that kind of stuff. And I was saying to him, I said, don't worry, the first centre forwards get any bother. So he was laughing. He's a great talent, and good luck to him. Long may it continue there, because Brendan's doing a good job at the moment. So I'm enjoying. I was so proud. I've got to be honest. I feared for them against Zenit, but because they would have been playing, but Brendan being, I'm going to start calling him Dynamo, the magician. He turned it round, and I didn't see that performance coming.
No.
So when you're playing bad, sometimes you can play better, but that was a magnificent performance, and it was just it was night and day. So
the floating Callum McGregor tactical change was.
Well, Callum has not been playing well, and he left him out, and he's a big player, because Sinclair's a big player, and he left him out. And I thought, you know what? That's why you're paying
big bucks.
That's why you're paying him the money. That's what happens. That's why the other mob, Murty will never do. There's he sent a memo to me, and I said, "Got to hear the boys are like this. Lee Wallace sent a memo to all the players saying you can't call Murty anymore, you've got to call him Gaffer. Why do you not just say, look guys, call me Gaffer now? He got the captain to send a memo. That's why they'll never catch us anyway. Good luck with that.
Frank, it's been an absolute
brilliant
pleasure speaking to you. You're the part of my greatest ever Celtic supporting season. It's a pleasure to be in a room with you. And thanks very much. Been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
A Celtic State of Mind's previous episodes can be accessed by searching iTunes, Spreaker, or your pre-installed podcast player. Make sure to subscribe and you won't miss our upcoming episodes with former players, musical icons, documentary makers and Celtic supporters. You can keep up to date with us and get in touch at Paul Dykes, at A Northern Pros and at Celtic Star Pod. We also have a new website, www.thecelticstar.com, and on that website we have a host of writers giving you daily Celtic news, including Jim Craig, who gives a morning blog. We also have contributors such as myself, Kevin Graham, David Potter and Scotty Allcroft. Tune in next week. We will have another guest with a Celtic State of Mind.